The Supreme Court issued a major ruling on vaccine mandates today and left a lot of companies asking, what now? In a 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court's conservative majority blocked OSHA's vaccine or test rules. They found the Biden administration overstepped its authority with the broad mandate, forcing businesses with 100 or more employees to require their workers be vaccinated or submit to weekly COVID testing. However, the justices upheld a mandate for most healthcare workers in the country, anyone who works for a provider that receives Medicare or Medicaid funding. When it comes to next steps for large companies, the White House conceded it's out of their hands.
The Supreme Court's decision on the OSHA mandate essentially means that in this pandemic, it is up to individual employers to determine whether their workplaces will be safe for employees and whether their businesses will be safe for consumers. We have to keep working together in order to get this done to save more lives.
Let's get Andrew Lieb in here, an employment attorney with insight tonight as businesses play mandate roulette. Andrew, mandates don't seem like such a slam dunk anymore after this ruling. I got to give credit where credit's due. You hit the nail on the head the other day of the arguments. So you predicted this was going to be the outcome. What was wrong with that broader mandate?
What the court found was wrong with the broader mandate is they said that OSHA didn't get the power. And you and I spoke about this last week. It's not whether the Congress could issue a vaccine mandate. A lot of people are confused, Chance, and they're saying, hey, the federal government can't have this mandate. But Gorsuch, one of the conservatives, in his concurring opinion, said, you know what? The power rests with the states and Congress. So Congress could have given more power to OSHA. OSHA just did not have enough power to make such a robust mandate. But there's more said. They said they could have made a narrowly tailored mandate, so that might be the next chapter.
Okay, a second swing. But healthcare workers can be compelled to get vaccines if they're getting that funding. What's different about them?
Yeah, so it's not who these people are. It's what's called an enabling statute. You and I discussed last week that's the separations of powers. This isn't a federalism, states versus the federal government. What it is should Congress be making this rule or should the executive branch be making this rule? When it comes to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, they're saying, hey, look, they have the specific power for health care to make the health and safety of patients. This is right in there, and traditionally, they've had this power. But when it comes to OSHA, they've never made such a mandate, and historically, they don't have the power. But I need to point out again, Chance, what they said in the opinion is if OSHA would have had a more narrowly tailored mandate, and they used the example of people that are doing COVID research or people working in very confined spaces, that would have been upheld. So that might be next.
Okay. So with the healthcare workers, it's not only about money, because my mind goes to, okay, colleges, schools, they get federal money. So could they put these strings attached to that and say every single teacher or education worker? Would that be fair game?
You're right to think that, because if you watch the oral arguments, the justices were very big on saying, you took our money, so you have to listen to what we say. But that wasn't the decision whatsoever. If you read the actual decisions, what they're saying in the decisions is that when it comes to patient health and safety, and infection prevention, and transmission of communicable diseases, that's in the statute. That's what Congress said that the Department of Health and Human Services, and thereby the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, should be administering. OSHA, on the other hand, and this is a really telling little tale we had, when we were watching the arguments, Alito said, hey, OSHA is about when people are at the workplace. Aren't you vaccinated when you leave the workplace? Maybe if you had a magic wand, this is what Alito said, when they got vaccinated when they were there and they got unvaccinated when they left, that would be enough. But the OSHA enabling statute from Congress doesn't give OSHA that power. So it's about the power of the executive branch.
Always more complicated than the headlines suggest. And in the future, I'd like to talk to you, Andrew, about whether federal courts are kind of tiring of so many executive mandates and orders and also rules coming out of agencies. And we saw this with Trump. Now we're seeing it with Biden. I appreciate it. Thank you, as always.
Thank you.